Number nine is adopt platforms early. Okay, obviously we can go back in time, but you want to be a first mover. You want to be adopting platforms early. And I'll admit it, I could have moved much faster on some platforms. I haven't moved fast enough on some platforms. Some platforms I literally signed up in the first few days. Some platforms I waited. And, I regret waiting, because I could have, if I had understood 10 years ago what I know now, I'm not old, but, it's like I could have had way more impact and just have a lot more exposure, make a lot more money, have a lot more influence if I had been, I don't know, one of the first few people in Europe to sign up on Facebook, for example, or the first person on Twitter, or the first person on Instagram. So now that's what I'm doing. I'm a very quick mover. What I like doing is actually now I play a lot with all these platforms, and you can find me on pretty much any platform. I mean, Pinterest, Vine, Snapchat, Instagram, Tumblr, Medium. Beam just came out 2 weeks ago or last week. I have an account. I was like one of the first, on day one I was actually, signed up. So you need to be a first mover, because being first in people's minds, for several reasons. Number one is, if you're first, you can actually get the username you want. So I don't know, if your name is John Smith, chances are all the social media handles are taken, right? But if you were one of the first ones, and you were one of, if your name is John Smith and you were one of the first ones on earth to get on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and and Snapchat, you would have had @John Smith everywhere, right? Today you won't. I'm pretty sure, I haven't looked this up, but I'm pretty sure you don't have a chance to have that handle. So the first people who move can really choose their username. So that's one thing to really pay attention, and that fits into your brand. So if I don't know, on Twitter, if you're called John Smith, for example, and then on Facebook you're called the fitness lover. And then on Instagram, you're called photography hero. And you have different usernames for every platform. Where's the consistency in branding, right? You need to have consistency. So, on some platforms, I'm Matthias Mazur. On some platforms, I'm Matt Mazur. On Twitter, I'm @Matt Mazur. On Instagram, I'm on Matthias Mazur. Snapchat, I'm on Matthias Mazur. Facebook, Matthias Mazur. Because I was the first. I want to have Matthias Mazur as the brand. I was actually I signed up very early on Twitter. I could have had Matthias Mazur, but I went for Matt Mazur, which is a mistake. I should have gone with Matthias, but hey, I can't go back, because now Matthias Mazur on Twitter is already taken. If you know the guy who has Matthias Mazur on Twitter, hit me up. Or if you are Matthias Mazur on Twitter, that would be funny. Hit me up too. Yeah, so that's the bottom line. Adopt platforms early. Use the functionalities of platforms early. For example, Facebook video is exploding now. It is exploding. They've actually taken over YouTube. So, it's tough to get the exact stats of how many people actually finish videos on Facebook versus YouTube, but Facebook has outgrown YouTube, and their mission is to destroy YouTube. I mean, if you do some research, Facebook video is huge now. So use it. Snapchat is the fastest growing social media platform at the moment. You have to be on Snapchat. It's not just for teenagers who are 12 and just sending pictures of school. It's really the demographic is getting older on Snapchat. Tumblr, I know it's not a new platform, but people are starting to use it more and more. I saw a stat today. They have between 100. The number I saw was 120,000 new accounts a day on Tumblr, which is more than Facebook. That's interesting. So you want to be first. You want to be, the first mover.
Go to MatthiasMazur.com to watch the full episode and connect with Matthias on social media. See the links in the description below.